Greetings, friends. Jason here for Axodys FC. Wednesday evening, my time. Big Super Cup game was today, and wow, what a game for 80 minutes, and then what a disappointment for the rest. But overall, coming in, I was pretty realistic, maybe even pessimistic. I mean, PSG, even with just a week of practice, I felt would be a stiff challenge for us. I think we've shown some real promising moments under Frank so far, and I'm definitely liking his approach and flexibility and that kind of thing. But PSG, they are probably the top team right now, despite the loss to Chelsea most recently. But anyway, I wasn't didn't have high expectations, I would say, but I was interested to see how he'd approach the game, how Frank would set things up, and overall I was impressed with the game plan. He set us up in a 3-5-2, essentially, with Danzo in as the third center back, and new captain Cuti Romero in the middle of the three. Then for our midfield setup, Polina was the anchor at the 6 again, and then usual defenders, out on the wings there, and that as in the wing back role, Spence on the left, Porro on the right, and essentially Sarr, who's been kind of the man of the preseason so far, along with Bentancur, and then up top it was Richie and Kudus. So anyway, a pretty defensive, counter-attacking type of approach, but it ended up working really well, actually, in terms of we were able to kick it long kind of over how they were trying to press us, and then Kudus and Richie were able to hold the ball up, and then we were kind of able to set our pressing actions and let Sarr run around, and anyway, we were able to keep them pinned back and getting a lot of chances in their end in the final third, and and then basically winning corners, free kicks, and the like, and and then that was the other element too, the long throws with Danzo just launching him into the box, and it was impressive because we'd get the ball right there in the heart of the box more often than not. And anyway, the first goal was a great rebound finish from Van de Ven, and that put us up by 1-0 going into halftime. Things were looking good. I was impressed. We were not getting. There were a few moments, definitely, and PSG's speed on the wings is just impressive. And so there are a few times where they nearly got in behind us and that kind of thing. But overall, our defense was quite solid. Vicario was never really tested. And anyway, then basically in the second half, I missed it because I didn't get back quite in time for the start of the half. But then free kick situation, and Romero just gets lost kind of on the backside of the line, and gets a goal because the ball went right to him, and he was able to put it away. So pretty stunning turn of events. And then we were able to control the ball, keep it out of our end, not be stuck in some kind of low block where we're getting pounded all the time. Basically threatened enough that, we were well in control of the game. And then, unfortunately, as well as we had set up, as our substitution choices from Frank was probably our downfall in terms of we brought we took Kudus and Richie off, which, understandable. Those guys were working hard this early in the season. You don't expect them to be able to go the full 90, etc. Did they need subs? Yeah, they did. But we didn't replace like for like exactly, whereas they were able to maintain possession, when we kicked it long to them. Kudus is just amazing. So strong and impossible to knock off the ball, and he was combining really well with Richie too. Richie had one great shot in the first half from distance that really tested the keeper, earned us a corner. That was super impressive. But anyway, Dom came in, didn't do much. I think who came in for Kudus? Was it we brought in Gray and Barival around that time, and anyway, suddenly we were just getting forced into a low block situation, and PSG was just working it around, getting some better and better opportunities, and then eventually they got that first goal with like 5 minutes to go or whatever, and then before you know it, suddenly as time's winding down, we're giving up the equalizer. So super disappointing in that regard. Bringing in Tell. Tell was not able to do that hold up kind of play, and we needed somebody maybe more like an Odebear, who could hang on to the ball a little bit more from the forward spot and just create a little bit more of a threat. Very frustrating. And then it went to penalties. We actually were up like 2-1, and then we missed our next two penalties. Tell with inexcusable miss where he had totally faked out the keeper, and then he kicked it wide, just wide of the, and then of course, Mickey Van de Ven also just for the poor penalty right to the keeper, essentially. And in fact, I was a little, basically, so I think it was Solanke, Bentancur, and Poro, who all nailed theirs. And then it was Tell and Van de Ven that missed. But, super frustrating. And but even more so than that, Vicario was not even, he didn't guess right once. It's PSG. The only reason they, didn't get all five was because the guy, blew the shot, essentially. But, Vic was bad, to be honest. Like, just in terms of, not one of his dives had a chance. He didn't guess right once. It was incredible, actually. I don't expect him to, like, necessarily get even one stop, but I, was not impressed with his penalty prediction or whatever, or even giving himself a chance. So that was a little frustrating too. But yeah, and I am a little surprised, I guess, that Romero didn't take one. Like Van de Ven took one in before him. Yeah, we had subbed out a lot at that point too, so it's not like we had great options. But yeah, very, very much a bummer. Other than tons of positives, and it exceeded my expectations going in. But being that close then and to give it away like that, kind of frustrating. So now my hope is, we can go into the Burnley game and have that same kind of solidity. Have an appropriate plan for what they're trying to do, and not have a hangover from this game at all, but just get going put it behind us and get going on this season and taking care of games that we need to win. And Burnley is a game we need to win. So anyway, looking forward to Saturday. Sun's gone down, it's getting dark. So as always, thanks for tuning in, and come on, you Spurs.